There's a new pest attacking boxwood plants. It's called the box tree moth. This video will show you how to search your boxwoods for this invasive pest and what you can do if you find it. Hi, I'm Hannah Nadell, and I'm a USDA scientist working at the Forest Pest Methods Laboratory in Massachusetts, where we research the box tree moth and other invasive plant pests. Today we're going to show you how to look for box tree moth in your boxwoods. Let's get started. The infestation starts when a female moth lays her eggs on the underside of boxwood leaves. As you can see, these eggs are easy to miss because they're tiny and well hidden. Here's a boxwood plant that looks healthy, but it's important to know that at the beginning of an infestation, you might not see damage to your boxwood plants because, as you see here, the young caterpillars hide among twigs and leaves. It won't take long for a healthy boxwood to show signs of heavy infestation as the caterpillars grow and feed on the plant. Here you can see signs of feeding, which includes webbing and green-black frass or excrement mixed in. Once the caterpillars have devoured the leaves, they will feed on the bark. The leaves on your plant will become skeletonized and covered in webbing. This level of feeding will eventually lead to the plant's death. Box tree moths overwinter as small caterpillars in silk tents between leaves. Once temperatures rise, overwintering caterpillars emerge and typically begin feeding in mid-April to early May, continuing until they pupate in late May to early June, depending on the weather. As small caterpillars, they spin silken webs to hold leaves together and create protected areas to feed in. But as larger caterpillars, they feed exposed on plant surfaces. They tend to feed on leaves in the lower portion of boxwood, but later also reside in the upper portion and remain active until the weather gets cold. Now let's look at adult box tree moths. Adults first emerge from the overwintering generation between late June and July, depending on climate and temperature. Subsequent generations in Michigan and New York are active between June and October. Adults typically live for 2 weeks after emergence. There are two color forms. The first color form is the most common. The adult moths are mainly white with slightly iridescent wings that have a thick brown border. We've seen the predominantly white color form in Michigan and New York to date. The second color form is rare. These adults have completely brown wings, and both forms have a small white streak on each forewing. Adults are nocturnal, so you aren't likely to spot them during the day. The signs of a box tree moth infestation that you're most likely to see are the caterpillars, webbing, and frass. Boxwoods are typically planted as ornamentals and used for edging, as hedges, and may be clipped into different shapes to make topiaries. The box tree moth can strip the leaves and kill boxwood plants if populations are left unchecked. If you have boxwood plants, please take some time to look them over for this potential deadly pest. Cooperate with quarantines, and please let agricultural specialists survey for box tree moth or place insect traps in your property. If you suspect you have a box tree moth infestation, please report your findings to your local extension office or state plant regulatory official to have the specimen identified properly. To locate an extension specialist near you, visit the USDA website at www.nifa.usda.gov/extension or the National Plant Board website at www.nationalplantboard.org/members for a directory of state plant regulatory officials.